All right, folks. We got for you another 4-player game. It's me, jbode, amitss1, and the wishmaker. This is a heavyweight 4-player game here, and it's on France. The map where nukes are cheap, but for how long? I'll put the 3 up for $4. Someone might pay 5 for it. This is a map where I definitely am not going to go triple Paris. Not when brown and yellow are both out. What I would do with 3 if I won it was I would just build like Nimes here. I would just single build here. You're close enough to other cities that aren't going to be hotly contested that blocking in step 2 is not a huge risk for you here, and you get such cheap cities early. And early in the game, that's when cheap cities are most important. Bode bids 9 for the 4 plant, which does make sense. I definitely don't want to build last, so I'll go for this. And again, as always on France, the 11 plant is guaranteed to come out, and 13 is removed from the game. So there's actually 1 fewer plant overall in France, meaning that we get to step 3 ever so slightly faster compared to other maps. There's that build. I don't like it on this map in particular. Like, if you have 2 of the bordering regions to blue in the game, then I definitely understand it. Weird build for Bode. I'm surprised by that. I mean, I sort of get it. Well, now I have to build 1 because I can take bottom. Question is, which one do I take? I think it has to be Angers if I'm going to build 1. I think it has to be Angers. This could be a market where good stuff comes, too, on the second turn, so I do want to build 1, for sure. Problem is, the safest build would be this, but you corner yourself and only get 5 cities. I'm not as big a fan of that. I think it has to be this. I just have to debate this. Amitss should build Le Mans and Tours in response to this. Yeah, amitss has 2 main options here. Either build next to me or build behind Bode and Aqua. And I think he's going to build next to me. Bode's going to get so much freaking land that way, though. Interesting build. Ooh, Bode gets dunked on in the starting build this time. All right, opposite of last game. $11, $22, $25. $25 in the game. All right. The wishmaker. Well, do we bid for 11 now is the question. Bode might still bid for this a little bit, perhaps. Or not. Ooh. Well, that turned out shit for me. Now, see, if a weaker player were in the spot that Bode's in now, they might have bought 12 and dropped me 22, potentially. But Bode is smart enough not to do that. I think I'd rather take the 9 than the 12 for turn order purposes. All right. I'll buy extra coal now, but I won't buy extra oil in case we get to fight for 25 on the next turn. amitss getting 11 at cost is a big, big deal right now. Huge win there. Huge win. Though hopefully the market showers us with more big plants, because that really, really hurts 11's value. If the market just keeps giving us more big stuff after that. Oh, God. Oh, God. And this is where amitss is just crushing the game right now. Bode's going to buy 12. I bet. Or 7. Actually, Bode's probably going to buy 7. Can stay bottom that way. That's probably what I expect him to do here. And amitss, I expect, will easily be able to build to 4 this turn, run both the 8 and the 11. Problem is being stuck that high up in the turn order for a while with running that expensive coal guzzler is not a good long-term situation. Yep, Bode buys a 7, exactly what I expected to see. 18, so again, we keep blocking 25 from getting onto the market. I'm not going to build because this will this will likely induce amitss to build to 4. Yep, as expected. Wishmaker will probably build Orleans now. Or actually... yeah, he can build Orleans and still stay at the same spot in the turn order. Should do that, yeah. That makes sense. Because I was going for Orleans as my 3rd city if it was still open next turn. Yeah, this is just... amitss is crushing it right now. But amitss has to buy 18. Which, I mean, 18 with 11, that's, you know, a good combo for his situation with the builds. Now I'll pass, I think. Arrow's going to pass to Bode, I think, because Bode's bottom. Yep. We get closer and closer to that big plant making it onto the market. 22, I'm not going to bid for at all. Right? Right? Here we go, and I got that extra coal stored for this purpose. Right here, this. So we know 46 and 44 will be the next two plants to go under the deck. Let me calculate this out. 38 is my number. $38 is the number that I can pay right now. Wishmaker will probably outbid me, though. There we go. Wanted to make him pay. All right. Sweet deal there. I'll take it. I bid a little past my comfort zone just because I knew Wishmaker could afford it. And Wish is definitely a player, like, Wish and amitss are the players that we need to target right now. Ooh, I can spend 9 on resources and still get to 4 here. Which means buying 2 things, thus 2 coal. Especially with 15 dropping after that. That's just beautiful. So Bode is definitely behind now. Paid a pretty fair price for 18, although it ended up not being such a good value compared to 29. And can only build to 3 this turn. Or only wants to build to 3. If I do build a 5th city, it would be Limoges. That holds a lot more value for me than La Rochelle, because it has a connection to here, and also gets me closer to this stuff if I need it. That's what I'd be eyeing, but I don't know if I need it at this point. I feel like just stalling at 4 would be fine. Ooh, Wishmaker could not build a 5th city. That makes me feel good about my 25 bidding there. Could not build a 5th city or store extra resources. And now amitss is, I think, clearly behind. After having to buy 22 there in that spot. Bode can get 15 here and set up the 15-18 combo, which is I love to talk about. It's one of my favorite step 1 stall combos. 15 and 18 together. You're effectively powering 5 cities for 2 coal. So it's basically the same thing as the 25 plant, but with better turn order. 15 and 18, and especially 16 and 18. Those are like some of my favorite combos to get. Bode instead will opt to pass on the 15 and probably will build now. This 36 and 31, we can get those now. Ooh. I don't buy any extra resources now because I need to burn this coal. I need to burn this coal here. So that if I were to replace the 5... If I were to replace the 5 plant later, that I wouldn't have to waste any resources, because I could just move my 2 coal onto the 29. 2 coal's all it can store. Wishmaker builds Ruin and stops there, I'm pretty sure. Either that or builds to 7 now. And I don't think he's going to do that with amitss stalling at 6 with not-so-great plants. Ooh, Wish stays at 4, wanting to play the turn order game with me. Well, I'm obviously staying at 4 as well. $44 out, $32 in. Bode has a little incentive to bid for 31 here, though he might not. I mean, 31 is a little dicey now. It is a great plan for amitss. Like, amitss needs 31. Well, not really, but Bode passes. I don't want 31 either. Really? I feel like there's better opportunities to be had later because we've gone through most of the really low plants in the deck. So we have a lot of big stuff yet to come still. 30 going under the deck is an issue for that, though. With me having a 4 capacity plant, I'd rather buy a 6 than a 5 if possible. Okay, this I will bid for. I will bid the fuck out of 32. I'm definitely going for this. I mean, a decent amount anyway. This is worth bidding for sure. $31 was not going to be so hot because of 25 being in the game. 29 can also burn coal. And who knows, 20 could still come at any point. I'm in a really good spot to bid for 32 because I don't actually need it yet. I can just stall at 4 cities and burn coal. Yeah, I was worried this might be overpaying, if anything, to be honest, but hey, that's a sweet plant to see there. Stall that market. Stall that market. And the nice thing is I get to stock a bunch of oil now because I'm below Bode in the turn order. Hey. Uh, 26 coming after. That's not good news for me. Not so good news for me. I mean, in terms of plant configuration, this makes sense to have a 6 with a 4 instead of a 5 with a 4, because now with 4-6, I can aim for a 7 capacity plant in step 3 and potentially just end the game there. End the game with that level. Okay. I think I just buy all the $4 oil. That's probably my play. And just continue to burn coal on the 29. Just making sure to stockpile my oil for later. Okay, Wishmaker breaks the stall now, which is a good move. It's good that he does this now before I get the chance to build up money and fully take advantage of my... fully take advantage of my plants and my turn order for step 2. So that's a good move by Wish. I guess I should have seen that coming when he when they bought oil on the 3. Uh, 26 showing up in the market is not great, though. 26 wouldn't have had the most value for me anyway. Like, I'd obviously much rather have 32. And 26 will get bid up to a decent price, at least. There we go. So basically $10 less than 32. I feel like I got a solid value on 32 given that. 33 showing up in the market is kind of annoying. Bode clearly has to buy it, I think. Yeah, no-brainer. There's 34 and I can't even buy it. Womp womp. Oh well. Alright. That'll leave me with 9. Building 5 this turn. So hey, exactly enough to get another 2 oil there. Stockpile that 32. But this is the downside to bidding so heavy for a 6 capacity plant, is you can't take those opportunities like 34 at cost with $3 uranium in step 2. I could not afford to buy that. Like, I simply have to build now. I mean, arguably 32 is still a better return on investment because I would only need to buy 1 more plant to end the game. But I do think what this will do... Let me think about this. Well, no, I think this is what I have to do. So I almost get full value for my top 2 plants. Almost. So I have to see if anyone else will build... Nobody else is going to build above me this turn. Next turn is what I'll have to see about, though. And Bode will definitely get an opportunity to improve on his 7, though he may not want to. Bode may want to just stick with the 7 to continue attacking our oil, since it's so crucial to both me and Amit. If Emmy couldn't build much, I do think he's making a mistake firing 31 instead of 26. I mean, I get there's a lot of other oil in the game right now, but oil is still going to be much safer than coal. And you'll probably make more money running 26 compared to 31 for a turn. $40 out, 27 in. And I forgot to mark off 21. Okay. Bode will pass because Bode wants to attack oil. I mean, he's still, like, behind in this game, for sure. And Wish gets 21 now, so... Okay, he never burned the oil on the 3. Well, now he gets to buy a plant that lets him keep that oil. So that's pretty good. I do think in my situation, I would have to aim for 17 to end the game and not 18. If I'm going to pay that much for 32, that commits me to... I feel like that's too much to pay for mediocre 6th plant to really go for 18. Bode's not in a great position to go for 18 either, though, which makes me feel better. Really, none of these players are. Except maybe Wishmaker. Although Wishmaker has gotten pretty hosed on builds. I mean, not too hosed. Wish will probably get into Aqua this turn, which is pretty good. So he's fine, but I don't know. I mean, after how much I made him pay for 25, he bought 23, 20. Like all these middling plants after, like he bought after 25. I don't know if that's really. I don't know if he's going to be in this big money position, honestly. I'm not going to buy extra coal because I think some of these other players will build above me on this turn. Just not Bode, which is why I'm making sure to store oil and not coal. Bode is making a shitload of money, though. We'll say that. Alright, so I will go below at least one more player in the turn order. That's good. And we're not quite to step 3 yet. In fact, we're not as close as I think to step 3. Oh no, we did draw 14, so... Alright. Still a couple plants away. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Like, I could build to 10 and not change my turn order position, but I really want to stay here and just see if anyone else, mainly amitss, will build above me next turn. The problem we have here is that amitss could potentially... Bode's not going to bid for 24, I think. Bode does not want another 4 plant. Although oil is getting stupidly expensive. I do think Bode likes how much the oil attacks us, so... He may stick with the 7 for another turn here. Even though as stupidly good as 24 is at making money. Oh no, Bode does bid, okay. This means Bode's going to build above me then, if this is going to happen. If Bode gets this plant anyway. Interesting that Wishmaker's continuing to bid. Ooh. there's a dud. The tricky situation here is amitss could make a threat to end the game, potentially, but their builds, his remaining builds are not the cheapest. He could actually he can expand north. He still has stuff he can do, but okay, that clearly suggests he doesn't have enough to end it this turn. Plus, Wishmaker got up to 13 capacity, so yeah. Actually, the threat now would be Wish ending the game if amitss doesn't build to 13. Okay. I don't think I need to store coal. Do need the oil for safety, though. As always, I need the oil for safety. Plus, it will attack Wishmaker slightly. Bode's clearly playing the turn order game, which he needs to because of his capacity deficit. Step 3 card should be next after this. The question is whether anyone builds to 14 or not. Because if we do, that's going to make step 3 happen right away. Problem is, you'll be stuck at the top of the turn order with possibly 36 as your only plant above 5 capacity, and you're not going to be able to buy 36. Okay, amitss is doing the build. amitss not building into the north is good news. So that's a player to go above me. Now in this situation, I will build a 10th city here. And I do think... Couple options here. I have either La Rochelle or Limoges. La Rochelle's cheaper. Limoges gives me more connections. I think La Rochelle because it blocks amitss, and I feel like amitss is the biggest threat in this game right now because of base capacity. Yeah, I can build one. Not going to change my turn order. Yep, Wish is doing the build now to make sure step 3 happens. Which makes sense because triggering step 3 actually will get another plant onto the market for next turn, thereby improving Wishmaker's chances of getting something that they can actually buy. I do think... Actually, never mind. I think building above amitss was a mistake, though. If I were Wishmaker, I would just stay low. Well, there's 50. That's a fantastic plant for the player up top. Not many low plants in this deck, really just 35 and 44. What's interesting is there's a chance, slight chance, that no other coal plant will appear. Yeah, I'll make Bode bid for 50 here. 50's worth a lot, but not to me. Okay, no, Wishmaker does get 50. All right. 40. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know about this one, Tim. This is a tricky spot. Tricky spot here. Okay. 35 and 44 still lurking in the deck. Though 46 and 38 are too. I think my situation is... here's what I do. What do I do here? I think I pass. Bode clearly needs 36. I think Bode will bid for this. Just to secure getting a 7. Because Bode will be guaranteed to buy a 6 coal on it, too. Oh, score. Alright. Alright, we go all in for this, baby. Well, not all in, but good amount in. Good amount in, I should say. My hope is that amitss focuses on ending the game this turn and gives this plant to me too cheap. Because it's worth a hell of a lot with what's left in this market. Again, we still have 35 and 44 left, and there's 42 also, 46, which is ugly. Like, 30 is the only real, like, truly great plant left. 46 is alright. Do some math now. Do some math now. I need 7 cities, right? Last bid. Unfortunately. God damn it. amitss is going to end the game now. Fuck. I should have thought about that. I should have thought about amitss buying a 5. God damn it. Should have passed that then. Just, god damn it. That was a bad drop, though. Like, the two... Wait. 30 came... Oh my god, 30 would have been so perfect for me. God damn it. If I give up that auction there and I get 30 at cost, I win this game. God damn it, I blew it there. I'm not going to make it to 16. God damn it. And even if I do make it to 16, amitss will just end anyway. God damn it. I really thought amitss was not going to do well after getting stuck high up in the turn order with running the 8, buying the 22 and missing out on the big plants, having to buy 31 and deal with expensive coal the whole game. Really thought he was not doing well after all that. And plus also builds, also getting kind of fenced in for builds and having to jump some. But yeah, this was not good for me. Oh, motherfucker. Motherfucker. Yeah, I overpaid for 38. Fuck. Should let it go at that point. I wasn't even thinking about amitss buying a cheaper plant and ending the game now. I wasn't even thinking about that. God damn it. That's what base capacity does. I forget about those things. Yep, good win for amitss. Again. Funny. Bode and I are the finish in the last 2 places. How about that? All right. Congrats to amitss and see you later.